Hey everyone, today is all about mastering the GED, and I've got 6 game-changing tips and tricks that I want to share with you. I used these recently on a drone pilot test for the FAA I had to take, and they've been the secret sauce of boosting my students' confidence, especially when it comes to tackling those tricky multiple choice questions. These aren't a replacement at all for studying for your exam. Studying, practice tests, and more studying is going to be your best bet for reaching that 145 passing score. And when you're taking the practice tests, you can apply these strategies. I still want you to mark those though and review them later. Just because you happen to guess them right using these strategies doesn't mean you necessarily understand that material. Number 1 is frequency of occurrence. You're going to look for items that appear more than once in answers. For example, this question asks, which species are native to North America? A, white-tailed deer and a bald eagle. B, white-tailed deer and a tiger shark. C, bald eagle, emperor penguin. Or D, black bear and a saltwater crocodile. If we look at all of those answers, we're going to see white-tailed deer, bald eagle, those pop up a lot. We see that those are in A, B, and C, but they're together in B. If we have absolutely no idea, we're going to go with A, white-tailed deer and bald eagle. That is the correct answer there. Number 2, you're going to eliminate the extremes. This comes in handy especially on math problems when you've got a range of numbers. It's not always the case, but usually the answer lies between those two extremes. For example, let's say according to the passage, what passage? Well, let's say any passage. Doesn't really matter in this case. So according to the passage, the mean annual rainfall of both regions is, mean means average, which we review in the math videos I have. So we got a range of numbers here. We can see A and C are, A is low at 1.2, C is high at 18. So we're just going to either guess B or D. If not even looking at the passage, go with one of those two. It's going to increase your chances of guessing that answer correct. Number 3, similar choice. When two answers only differ slightly, like a single word, choose one of those two. For example, this says, another way of expressing the author's sentiment is A, Layla felt shy, but she was excited for the reunion. B, Layla was nervous and excited for the reunion. C, Layla did not want to attend. D, Layla was an extrovert. Okay, so we see A and B are obviously the most similar answers. C and D are pretty different from those. So we're going to end up choosing A or B. One's probably better based on the passage. But without looking at all, that's where we're going to go with one of those two. Number 4, umbrella option. So when one answer contains the other answers or encompasses the other answers, usually go with that one. So all of the above is the perfect example of one like these. It includes all of the other answers. Let's see an example. Which statement best summarizes the passage? Whether it sorry, I got a typo there. Weather is a major driver of crop production in the region. B, weather plays a minor role in the amount of corn produced. C, increasing temperature along with technological advancements have increased crop yields in the region. Or D, technology can offset the effects of weather in agriculture. Well, C talks about increasing temperatures, technology. A and B they both talk about weather, and D talks about technology. So we can see that C has information about the other two answers without even really trying to understand what those other answers mean. Going quick, complete guess, C is the best one to go with there. Happens to be the correct answer as well. You might notice that with a lot of these examples I made up for you guys. Number 5, avoid absolutes. So words like never, always, every, all, none, words that are extreme, we could say, are usually red flags. So for example, in the scientific method, a null result means what? So null is, what does that mean basically? A, the experiment had no results. B, it was useless. C, all of the study was wrong, incorrect. D, a result without the expected content. Well, we can see some words. No results. No is pretty extreme. Useless is an extreme word. C as all was incorrect. So we're gonna go with D because it doesn't have any of that crazy language in there. Now, usually problems, they're not all gonna have a lot of wild, extreme language in them, but maybe one of them does, so you can cross that off quickly. Number 6, the most different strategy. So in some cases where the options are similar, choosing the answer that most differs from the others might actually be the best choice. So an example, I'll explain what I mean here. So the example says, which of the following most closely aligns with the term cognition? So it's again another asking what a term means, more or less. A, running. B, swimming. C, hiking. D, studying. Running, swimming, hiking, those are all physical activities, while studying, usually you're sitting down, maybe you're listening to something, going for a walk, but it's less physical in nature. So we can probably assume all those others are pretty similar. Studying is obviously different. We'll throw it at that. So should you go with your gut instinct or change your answer when you're going back and reviewing one you weren't sure about the first time through? If you're like most people, and like me, I received bad advice about what to do in these types of situations. Most people, in fact, 3 out of 4 people will tell you that going with your first answer is always the best way, and that's that. So I got looking into this stuff, and in fact, they've been studying this exact question for more than 80 years. And all of those tests have consistently shown that changing your answer is actually the right way to go. Whether true or false, 2 answers or 5 answers, GED, SAT, SAT, no matter what, time and time again, these studies showed that changing your answer to that one that caught your eye the second time through is the better way to go. And there's some data to back this up. So these are some simplified results of what they found. So they had 8 students who had changed an answer on a test that they were given. 2 of those students they had the right answer first and they changed it and went to the wrong answer. That's the one that really sticks out though, because it hurts the most, because it's just like, we almost had it. But 4 of those students went from the wrong answer to the right answer. And 2 of them went from a wrong answer to another wrong answer. No harm, no foul. So as you can see, 4 of them, basically half the students, when they changed their answer, ended up getting the right answer. Only 2 of the students had a right answer and went to a wrong answer. Now you might be thinking, well, that's only 8 students. What can you tell from 8 students? Well, I said it was simplified, right? So what actually they did, they had 1,500 students, 1,500 students. They went through a test that they had them take, and they found the eraser marks on the test where somebody had changed their answer. What they found were that there were 3,291 eraser marks. 25% of those students went from the right answer to the wrong answer. 51% went from the wrong answer to the right answer. And 24% went from the wrong answer to the wrong answer. All right, so you're asking yourself, I spaced out, Jimmy, you're boring me. What does this mean? Simplified, if you're going back through and there's an answer you think, oh, maybe I should change that, do it. Well, that wraps it up. Let me know if this video was helpful by hitting the like button, and then check out these other videos wherever I decide to put them. All right.